All right, welcome fans to Long Beach here tonight with the Wings and Fenders. They're running the Indy cars here for 80 laps. We're going to kind of watch them here and see what, how many people qualify, how many people take the grid to find out if we will be broadcasting here. Lewis and I kind of have it set up to where if less than 10 people start on the grid, then we won't be broadcasting. So, but hang with us. We'll see how things go here.
I'm gonna head out and see if I can't turn a couple qualifying laps.
You're doing so much better, Scott.
Yeah, I'm getting a little better. It's still, there's some points that I'm still very bad at. The braking I'm very bad at in this car. I'm so used to racing these on ovals where you don't have to use the brakes.
Yeah. Man, just so much better than the first, 10 laps you tried to turn. You couldn't even hardly get a lap in. So much better.
Go ahead.
Oh, what?
I don't know, my fucking wheel just died. Sorry about the language. My wheel just cut out on me. I don't know what's going on here. It won't let me out. There. I don't know what happened. Now it's back, it seems. Let me unplug it real quick. Hang on a second. Alright, I don't know what's going on. I think I might have something wrong with the computer or the wheel. Not sure. It's just been happening so much lately.
All right, about 3 minutes of qualifying left.
10-4. I might get a lap in. My wheel doesn't die. Just too tough for me, Rudy.
I can relate. I can relate.
Not a road racer, and this track's difficult.
Very difficult.
It's one of them tracks that make you sit there for days practicing until you get good at it.
Yeah. Yep. Seat time is the most important thing on a lot of these road courses. And
Yes, sir.
this is probably, you know, I'm going to kind of throw this out there, and I'm probably wrong, but it's just kind of the way I perceive it. But you know, without all that artwork that's on the sidelines and stuff to kind of give you, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Perception.
Breaking points.
Perception, maybe, of where you're at. You know, you really don't have, other than track markers and cones on the track to let you know where the turns are, and some of the turns aren't even marked.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen one of these technical tracks, and it's definitely a lot different than what I'm used to.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of, you know, like I said, the artwork is really, you know, it's not complete, so, you know, there's no landmarks that you can go by. Oh, yeah, hey, there's the Ferris wheel. I know I need to slow down here, you know. So, and some of the turns are marked with markers and others are not. It's just, you gotta practice on it and go by memory, I think, is about the best thing you can do, you know.
It's kind of weird seeing everything just being stenciled and it just kind of being there but not being there.
Yep, all wireframe, even the grandstands, the Ferris wheel, you see everything out there. All right, well, that's going to wrap up qualifying, excuse me. Looks like we got a few qualifiers.
Does it let you finish your lap?
I might, I don't know. I don't know how much time's left. You still got about a minute. Even though
I should be able to get in a lap.
Yeah, even though it says that, you know. Well, I got to give Lewis a lot of credit, man. You know, the league is growing a little bit each and every week. You know, getting a couple racers here and there, and I think it's really kind of making a difference, you know. He's got the regulars that show up, and then quite a few new guys showing up here and there.
And then guys like myself and Tommy Lee who pop in sporadically out of nowhere like we did last week.
Yeah. On the ovals.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be doing that much on the road, at least me anyway. Tommy's good at these ovals, but man, I just got my butt kicked for the last half hour.
Alright, looks like we're going to take to the grid now.
Alright, Rudy, well, I'm ready to call a race here with you, buddy. That's what I came here to do. Ready to get into my broadcasting mode.
Okay, let's
Wish I
see
could.
here.
I was gonna tell you before you start. I wish I could give you some information as far as points and stuff going into it, but I don't know where to find all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a brand new season, so. Okay, Hunter Manley taking the pole here with a 1 minute 9.835 seconds. So, congratulations to him. Wyatt Gooden in second place, Ben Walton third, Marcus Yestel in fourth, Jake Potak in fifth, Lewis Van coming home sixth in the qualifying, William Kirk seventh, Richard Califf Sr., I believe that is, in eighth, Andrew Pachot in ninth, Brian Bowles in 10th, and it looks like everybody else may be out of there, I'm not sure, so don't see anybody else out there right now. Nope, everybody else has left the server. So, alright, well, we're going to kick this thing off and get her going. And it looks like we are going to have a race here.
Looks like we're waiting on one car to grid the guy on the outside of row one. There he is. I was going to say he's running out of time, but there he is. So we got 5 rows of 2, Rudy. You know what that means, buddy?
No, what?
We're going racing. I'm riding on board with our pole sitter Hunter Manley, and he's like a rocket ship around this place tonight. It's going to take something drastic for these boys to beat Hunter tonight, Rudy.
Yeah, he was very fast in practice and qualified on the pole, so yeah, they're going to have their work cut out for him.
Yeah, he was second and a half faster than second place there in qualifying, so yeah, they're definitely going to have their hands full catching this guy.
80 laps.
80 laps, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Are there resets?
I don't know.
Oh, pace car's off, Rudy. And the green flag's out. We're underway here in Long Beach. The Wings and Fenders DW12 series. Hunter Manley brings it down into the fountain here, and he spun out. They spun him out. Oh, and another car's collected. He gets it turned around, but he is falling all the way to the back.
That's going to put Ben Walton in the lead now. Ben's pretty good with these DW12s.
I think that's who got into the back of him. Let me go back here and take a look at that. Yeah, just coming around the corner for the fountain. Ben got underneath him, didn't give him any room, and just turned him. Wow. Well, we were just saying that they'd have their hands full, but I guess they had a plan for that, huh, Rudy? And Hunter Manley's day's over. He wrecked it again coming around the corner. He's got right front suspension damage, and his day's done.
Dang. On
Wow.
lap one. Well, he's still he's trying to make it around here, but Marcus Yedstone, another one. It's got a lot of damage on that car. I doubt. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they got resets or not. I guess we'll find out once they pit.
Yes, sir.
But Ben Walton out ahead of Wyatt Gooden. Wyatt driving the old Indy car. Jake Potak in third.
That corner right there that they just came out of, that's going to be a very brutal corner for these guys tonight.
Lewis Van in fifth. William Kirk. Captain Kirk. Out here in the GoPro Twitch TV car.
Good to see the captain could make it out with us tonight running here at Long Beach. First time I've got to see the captain run a road race.
Well, they must have had a reset because they have been on pit road and they're coming back off of pit road now.
Well, that's good news, Rudy. That'll
Yes,
keep
sir.
them in the fight and keep more cars on track. Looks like we got a car pitting now. And it's Marcus Getzel. Is that how you say his last name?
Yes, Yestel.
Yestel. Yeah, Marcus is on pit road. He's got a lot of heavy front damage, so he'll be coming down to get a new front wing. And the pit crew's got a front wing on that thing. Gonna put some 4 fresh ones on it. He's still sitting on pit road. Must have had some more optional repairs. He's down and away, and Marcus is back in the fight.
Wyatt Gooden staying right there with our leader, Ben Walton.
Brian Bowles is back on pit road getting some damage fixed. He's got 4 fresh ones. He's going to get back into the fight. So a lot of guys sustaining damage early on here, Rudy, but luckily they got them resets and they're getting right back out there.
Our leader, Ben Walton, getting a little loose coming out of the hairpin. And that's just what Wyatt Gooden wanted to see. Now it's a drag race down the front stretch, but Ben Walton retakes the lead.
Marcus Yestel's already a lap down, Rudy, and coming up on Hunter Manley, he's going to go a lap down soon if these boys catch up to him. What a turn of events here at the start of Long Beach, huh, Rudy?
Yeah, definitely.
Guy at 2.5 faster than the entire field, and they go out and wreck him in like turn 3, and well, so much for that. Anybody's race now.
Well, I'm sure there was probably some more. Oh, Ben Walton into the wall.
Into the tires.
Man. That puts him back in 3rd now as Wyatt Gooden takes over the lead. Showing the way with the old Indy cars.
And just a minute ago, we had William Kirk got into, I think, the 51 there. And William Kirk might have left front damage.
Oh, and he spins it out and hits the wall. That was the turn right there that he dreaded in this race. He just had so much trouble in practice and everything.
He got up on that curb going into it, and it disrupted the car. That's definitely not a corner where you want to get on the curb there.
Oh, man, he's going to be heading for pit road here, I'm sure. He's hunting for pit road. There he is, going down pit road now, so that's going to hurt him. He's going to be back in 6th place right now with Hunter Manley coming in 7th, and he's got a brand new car.
Right now, Wyatt Goodwin's the leader. He's out front by just about a second, 0.8 of a second.
2.1.
Okay, I'm going off iRacing
Yeah.
times. I still don't have that program, which I forgot to mention. I should have got it tonight before this race.
Yeah.
We'll get that done, though. Ooh, and Goodwin brushes the tires there. Or Gooden, I'm sorry.
Gooden. Yep. He's a good
He
one.
had a little brush with the tires, but he has definitely opened up his lead now. What's it up to now, Rudy?
2.8. 2.9.
Yep, building.
But this is where the DW12 excels on these long straightaways. He's reeled them back into 2.3 seconds. They really excel a lot quicker. Ben Walton back 4.9 seconds behind the leader.
That's Jake Potak chasing the leader.
Yep.
Still getting familiar with these guys. Last week was the first week I'd been around for Wings and Fenders, so if I'm bad with the names, I apologize.
Now Jake 3.4 seconds behind the leader, so he's losing ground to him.
And Ben's slowly reeling Jake in. Back here in 4th place, or I'm sorry, he's in 8th place, is the number 3, and he's into the tire barrier. It's Andrew Pashot.
Pashot.
Pashot, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he corrected me on that. I said Pashot, and he said no, it's Pashot. Okay.
Lewis Van currently runs in 4th position, the number 51 car.
And he's got just a little bit of damage on the rear wing of that car, and that could be affecting the downforce of the rear. Oh, man, that was close right there. He almost gets into the back of the number 30 of Jake Potak, but he does get by him.
Oh, and William Kirk heavy into the tire barrier. Heavy hit. The leader's coming up on him. Wow.
Man, he's just plowing all the cones over and everything.
Now here comes the leader coming up on him hardcore here. He's going to get out of the way. Leader's going to drive on by.
Yep, and Kirk heading for pit road again.
Oh, he's taking out all the cones. Wow.
You're way behind. You need to go live.
Oh, yep, my apologies. Either way, he did. He took out all the cones. That was an eventful trip to pit road. And we're under caution, Rudy. We got a full course caution.
Wow, that must have been thrown by the admin.
Yeah, I heard some race chatter about a race competition caution. That was bad timing for Kirk. William Kirk's got his hands full here tonight, folks.
All right, our leader be coming around here to catch up to the pace car in just a minute.
Yeah, I apologize for not being live a second ago, Rudy. I'm usually pretty good about that.
Second place, Ben Walton. Third place, Lewis Van. I'm sure probably a lot of these guys are going to want to come down pit road. Jake Potak spinning it out, coming out of the hairpin. Oh, boy.
Oh, Rudy, it's early on in the race. Are they going to give lucky dogs?
I don't have a clue. You're asking the wrong guy.
Or whether last week's race, they were just giving flat-out weight buys. They're going to do that again this week?
Maybe. But, boy, to think about how long it's going to take for them to go around.
Yeah, you already got 4 drivers a lap down.
Yeah.
Marcus Yeslow, Brian Bowles, William Kirk, and Andrew Pashot. Was it Pashot or Pashot?
Pashot.
Pashot, okay. Yeah, they're all a lap down.
Jake Potak is just really having a difficult time going around this place right now. He has just got them tires like superheated or something, and he's just not managing the turns at all.
Well, the happiest person to see that caution is Hunter Manley, Rudy.
Yes, sir. That'll catch him back up to the field, and he's got a new car, but he's going to probably want to go on pit road and get some fresh tires, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure a lot of these guys, or pretty much all of them, will be coming down pit road to get fresh rubber.
Oh, yeah.
That just helps him out tremendously because he had fallen so far back.
Dang, I just got a splinter in my finger off of a back scratcher. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. Dang.
Wow.
That's rare.
No doubt. Yeah, these caution laps are slow, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. What is the pace speed? Like 40? 40?
Let me go on board.
30?
30.
Wow.
Creeping.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to get the pace car going too fast and have it wreck into the wall like I seen happen last week. Let's see, that was at Charlotte. I think you were in that race. Yeah, remember that night Kerry put that race up at Charlotte, but the
when it glitches and hits the wall.
Yeah, man, that thing just pile drived into the wall in turn 3. Just totally wrecked out. Thing come around the turn there like at 120 mile an hour or something and just went bam right into the wall.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to the update for my racing because mine has been jacked up this entire season.
Well,
Already we're coming out of the hairpin. Looks like we're going to be making some pit stops.
Yep, I imagine so. I think everybody's going to want to come down pit road and get 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, the leader's not.
No, wow. I'm really kind of surprised at that, and it looks like a lot of the other guys are going to stay out too.
Jake Potak's coming down to get tires.
I'm showing, I don't know if this is right or not, but okay, Lewis Van is on pit road. That's why it's showing him. Okay.
William Kirk stayed out. He was just on pit road.
Yeah, Gooden, our leader. Ben Walton in second. Lewis Van actually just now coming off a pit road. And he's got to wait. Everybody's got to wait here that was on pit road because actually pit road speed is just fast enough that it does kind of get them out. They're going to almost come out ahead of the traffic, you know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. They'll have to just merge in here after the field goes by. Yep, we're getting wave arounds here, Rudy.
Boy.
That means we're going to be doing another pace lap after this one because they'll have to let them all get caught back up.
Yeah, that'll put 4 of them back on the lead lap.
Yes, sir.
Andrew
we only got
Peugeot.
10. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Andrew Peugeot, Brian Bowles, William Kirk, and Marcus Yestel.
And we only got 10, Rudy, so, you know, it puts everybody back in a competitive frame of mind and gives everybody one more shot.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it last week. They were doing it, you know, it kind of affected the end of the race last week. Not to talk about the race and me being the winner, but Tommy Lee's strategy there at the end to pit and get tires, he was thinking it was just going to be me and him on the lead lap, and then all of a sudden everybody was back on the lead lap.
Yeah.
He would have never pitted for tires had he known everybody was going to get back on the lead lap.
Well, I think it's kind of good to try to keep everybody in the race. You know, they did get a reset, and that kept a few of the guys. You know, now they're out of resets. I believe they only got one reset. But now they're out of resets, now they're going to have to start driving a little smarter, and hopefully, you know, we see a better race in here.
But just from being out there, this track is tough. I know these guys are road racers, and I'm not, but I'm sure even to the average road racer, this is a tough course. Very tight. Yeah, you want to drive it fast around here, but you really can't in some places. But it seems like you can.
The Angry Hamster. Wow, somebody put some thought into that name. The Angry Hamster.
Oh, Rudy, it looks like everybody did get caught back up, so looks like we'll be going green here.
Very good, very good.
Of course, the lights aren't out yet, so maybe not.
Now there'll be one more lap.
Yep, one more. Pace car's not pulling off. When they come back around, it'll be 11 laps complete of 80 tonight here in Long Beach. The LBC.
Weird Eagle. Wow. Welcome, guys. We're about to get back underway here. The lights go off on the pace car, so get everybody caught back up here and ready to go back green again there, Scott.
Right on. Seems like we've been pacing for a little bit here. 30 miles an hour makes for some slow pace laps.
And some guys stopping there in pit road just kind of, I guess, top off their tanks of fuel, maybe take 4 fresh tires again. They'll be starting in the back. That'll be Jake Potak and Andrew Peugeot.
Looks like Hunter Manley is back in the 7th position, but at least he's not 1 minute and 4 seconds behind the leader. That's about what he was whenever that caution came out. So he's caught right back up. He was 1.5 seconds faster than the field in qualifying, and I look for him to rocket towards the front, Rudy.
Well, kind of a difficult track to pass on. You almost got to do it on the front stretch, you know, through all them turns. It's so difficult to pass, or just actually just drive it in there hard and try to outbrake them in some of these tight turns.
Well, we've also seen a lot of overdriving of the car too, so I'm sure that's going to come into play.
Oh yeah, definitely. Scott, I'll be right back. Get them started. I'll be right back.
10-4, Rudy. We're getting there. Pace cars on the long back stretch, 30 mile an hour, bringing them around. I think these boys are ready to go back to racing. Wyatt Gooden's in first place, Ben Walton's in second, Jake Potak runs third, Richard Khalif Sr. runs fourth, Andrew Peugeot runs fifth, Louis Van sixth, Hunter Manley seventh, Brian Bowles eighth, the captain William Kirk runs ninth, and Marcus Yedstol rounds out the field in 10th. And as I said, if I have some trouble with these names, I'm still getting used to it, and I apologize. Pace car is coming through the hairpin. He's going to be ducking into pit road here in just a second. We'll be back under green flag conditions in the LBC.
All right, I'm back.
Pace car is in, Rudy. About to go racing. Wyatt Gooden is bringing us up to the green flag. Waiting on that flag, man. Green flag. We're back in green flag conditions in Long Beach.
Ben Walton looking to take over the lead right there.
That's that power of that DW12 down the front stretch.
Yes, sir. Wyatt Gooden had been out there for 8 laps after some of these guys getting tangled up. Kind of keep an eye on back here. Richard Califf Sr. driving the Bic machine here tonight. Man, nice looking car. I like that. Wow. I am kind of jealous.
Well, Wyatt Gooden's not going away, Rudy. He's all over the back of Ben Walton.
Yeah, he's up pretty fast.
As we've seen, the old Delora is faster through these, you know, technical corners, but they get on the long straightaways, and the DW12 has the power.
Oh yeah, and that's what it's always been. You know, the old Indy cars, the old Deleras are really fast in the turn, but they sure don't have the horsepower on the straightaways.
Our leader had to get on the brakes hard there, otherwise he would have pounded the wall coming around the hairpin. Gooden checked up behind him. He noticed what was going on, thankfully. He didn't drive into the back of him.
Folks, make sure you click that follow button. Everybody clicks the follow button. You get some bonus points. We'll celebrate here. Keep those points for we'll be having some things to use them points for here coming up here one of these days whenever I get all that stuff, time to get all that stuff ironed out, but save those valuable points.
And Rudy, don't look now, but back there in third place, closing in, is Hunter Manley. He just had a cone bounce off his car that Ben Walton kicked up on the track.
Yeah, it looks like it's stuck up underneath his car, and that can affect the handling of it. Hopefully he can get that thing out from underneath there somehow.
He had one bounce up off the top of the car, too. Ooh, Ben Walton overdrives that corner again and has to brake hard again, slowing everybody down, allowing Manley to catch up.
Yes, sir. Just what Manley wants to do.
And Rudy, it looks like William Kirk has taken it behind the wall. William Kirk out of the race, first one out.
Marcus Yestol back here in 7th place as he got by Richard Califf. Richard in 8th now. Andrew Peugeot in 9th. Andrew blinking like a son of a gun too. Jake Potak back up into the 4th place. And he's driving the old Dallara. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. That is the DW12. Sometimes when I first look at them, they look almost identical, but you got to kind of get a certain angle on them to notice the difference. You got to see the ground effects.
Oh, Wyatt Goodwin's looking for the lead here in a tough spot and takes the lead before they get to the hairpin. And man. Yeah, I don't know what these guys are thinking there.
That was some bumping and banging to get through that turn.
Wyatt Gooden kind of started it and went for the pass through there. It's a really bad passing zone, but bottlenecked everybody up, but everybody got through it. Long way to go to be racing like that right now, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Taking a chance on getting yourself wrecked out or, you know, getting damage on it that you're just so slow you can't get around this joint. Ben Walton back to 2nd. Hunter Manley in 3rd.
That Goodwin's opened up a 2nd lead now. Oh, he gets loose there.
These guys pulled out about 14.7 seconds ahead of 4th place, Jake Potak.
Yeah, these guys are on an island all by themselves, but these guys are racing hard. This is a good race up front. Ben Walton is just having so many problems with that hairpin. He's overdriving that corner every lap.
And it looks like Hunter Manley gonna drive. Oh, bumps him out of the way. That's
payback.
Not good. Not
you remember,
good.
Rudy, that's payback.
Oh boy. Hopefully these guys don't drive like that payback stuff.
Yep, that's exactly what that was. That was Hunter saying, I'm taking this spot, and I remember what you did to me at the start, and thank you very much.
Gotta go now.
Pretty much. Off to the store we go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're even. That has allowed Wyatt Goodwin to open up a monstrous lead, though, Rudy. How big is his lead?
7.1 seconds ahead of Hunter Manley. Even though that DW12 is so much faster on the long run, you know, on the straightaways, with Wyatt Goodwin out there with such a huge lead, man, I don't know. You know, Hunter would have to use some of that draft or just use that straightaway speed to try to catch up to him.
Yeah, he was a second and a half faster than everybody else in qualifying, so I'm sure over the long run, now that he'll be in clean air, that we're going to see some of that come into play here, and I'm sure he'll catch up over the long run. He doesn't have no one in front of him slowing him down now.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? iRacer Bill in chat.
Is that Bill Schultz?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bill, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Marcus Yestel now into 4th place. Brian Bowles 5th. Lewis Van in 6th. Boy, and he is close on the tail. And those are the old Deleras. They're battling it up for position.
Seems to be the best battle on the track right now.
And Lewis, I'll tell you what, road racer at heart, and he knows how to get around a lot of these road courses. Now, he made this setup for these cars, and so that kind of gives him a little bit of an edge, you know. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit of an edge.
Wonder how these guys are feeling about the setup this deep into the race.
I don't know. Well, you know, we didn't see them guys up front pit. If you remember, they did not pit.
That's true.
All right, Lewis Van does get by Brian Bowles in the turns right there, and he does take over 5th spot. Andrew Pachot back in 7th. Also in the old Dallara. And it looks like we've lost another one, Jake Potak. So we're down to 8 racers now out there on the track.
Wonder what happened to Jake.
I don't know. I thought he was running pretty well.
I'll go back and see if I can find out what happened to him.
Richard Khalif there in 8th. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right or not. Caliph, maybe? Khalif.
Looks like Jake Potak came down into the hairpin and wound up hammering the tire barrier just perfectly and wound up upside down.
Oh, man, that's a bummer.
And then towed it and decided to take her behind the wall. We'll see him next week.
Well, looks like we're coming up on a quarter of the way into this race. Lap 20, here's the leaders. Will be coming by here shortly to take lap 20.
Still a long way to go, Rudy. We'll get through it, though.
Oh, yeah.
We've come this far. There's no turning back now.
There you go. Ben Walton now he is way back, 24 seconds behind the leader. But I'm going to tell you what, Hunter Manley is starting to reel in Wyatt Goodwin.
Yes, sir. He's doing a little fishing right now, Rudy.
Yes, sir.
A little reeling in. A little slow cast.
Folks, make sure you hit that follow button. You hit that follow button, I'll give some money out to everybody. Or some points, not money, points. Save them points up for giveaways that we'll be doing here on MaxSpeedTV one of these days, whenever I get, I kind of give everybody time to get some points built up. But we'll be giving some stuff away. You'll use them points to better your chances to win here.
What are some of the prizes this year, Rudy? What are you going to be giving away this year?
I don't know yet. I ain't figured that out yet.
Right on. I just heard you mention it in previous races, and I was curious myself. That's why I was asking.
Nope, haven't figured that out yet. I'm sure there'll be some decent.
Like a free trip to the Bahamas?
Yeah, okay, keep thinking that one.
I just took a shot in the dark.
Well, every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern, we broadcast here on Twitch. And Sunday evening here, Wings and Fenders is starting to get a little more regular here with them guys now, with more people getting into the races here at Wings and Fenders. And because we kind of draw the line there with if you don't have 10 people to start the race, it's really kind of hard to find things to talk about with just 4 or 5 guys out there. So, and so Lewis and I kind of put it together, and we said, you know, if we don't have 10 guys to take the grid, then I'm not going to broadcast. But lately it's been pretty good. Last week we ran, what was it, Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
Las Vegas last week, and that was an awesome race, man. Great race. A lot of strategies that went on, so we broadcasted that. But Sundays are usually the time that we broadcast up here on Twitch for right now. Most of the time we do broadcast up on YouTube. You can scroll down right below the broadcast there, and you can go subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we broadcast up there. Well, the other 6 nights a week we broadcast up there. I just did 3 in a row yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I just watched the Narn race, and I was actually going to watch the IWCR race next.
Yeah, it was a long day yesterday.
Sounded like it.
Started at my time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and went on till after midnight last night.
Wow.
So, and one right after the other, 3 in a row. Actually, between the second and third one, I had just long enough to go eat something and get back in and set up for the next one. Oh, Marcus Yesto goes around coming out of the hairpin. Lewis Van in 4th place. Brian Bowles back to 5th. Richard Khalif has reeled into the 6th place. Ben Walton on pit road. What happened to Ben?
He was one of those guys that didn't pit earlier, so I wonder if he's getting 4 fresh ones.
He spun around and hit the wall.
Oh,
Look at his nose if you can get a front view.
That's our pit side reporter, Mr. Steve Hurst.
Yeah, it's all fixed, or he got it all fixed or something there, not sure.
Thanks for the report, Steve.
Yeah.
Yep, his nose is popped back out. Looks like he's got fins and he's ready to rock.
Yes, sir.
That's Scuba Steve from Pit Road.
Scuba Steve. Hunter Manley, 2nd place now, is only 3.8 seconds back of the leader. He's chopping that down even more. I think he's driving with a little bit of revenge in mind, just kind of like that disheartened feeling of on lap 1 when he got took out there by Ben Walton, and he's just driving the wheels off of her right now, trying to get up to the lead. Oh, and man, he loses it right there. So he is really overdriving it right now.
What's that lead down to now, Rudy?
Well, it was down pretty good, but now it's extended back out to 5.9 seconds because Hunter just made a huge mistake and almost looped it on the one turn right there.
Yeah, he had about cut that lead in half.
Yeah, he was down to under 4 seconds, and now he's back up to 5.6.
With a car in between them, too, so he'll have to work his way around that slower traffic. I'm sure which won't be a problem here in this long straightaway.
Marcus Yesto now up to the 3rd place. So he is starting to work his way up there, but he's 42 seconds behind the leader.
That's got to feel like a lifetime.
It is. Lewis Van in 4th. Brian Bowles in 5th. Richard Khalif in 6th. Aaron Pashaw 7th. And Ben Walton now back out on the track in 8th place.
And Khalif, Peugeot, and Walton are all a lap down.
Yes, sir.
We started with 10. We're down to 8 remaining on the track.
We still got 5 cars on the lead lap. Brian Bowles, the last one on the lead lap. He is 1 minute 4 1 minute 4 seconds, 1 minute 4.7 seconds behind the leader.
And the leader is going to come by and complete lap 24 of 80. Still a long way to go. 56 laps left in this one at the LBC in Long Beach.
Mike Gooden out here with the old Dallara car, showing the way. 9.4 seconds ahead of Hunter Manley, and Hunter's in the DW12. Yeah, I was going to suggest that, Steve, that if you were broadcasting, that's why, because I got busy, sorry, but that you joined us in the booth here, and you're streaming on your stream, and we'd be commentating for your stream as well.
There you go. Probably nobody watching mine. I was just doing it to check it and make sure it's going to survive. Seems to be working pretty good.
Good deal.
And that was perfect timing on that report, too. So, good job, man.
Yes, sir. All right, Lewis Van in fourth. Lewis looks like he's trying to hold off Ben Walton there, but Ben is a lap down. But I'm sure he is a lot faster than the Dallara on the straightaway, but not in the turns. I'll tell you what, Lewis is getting around this place pretty good. He is really doing good. Oh, Ben Walton really loose again. Gets back in that throttle a little bit too early.
For all you football fans out there that are getting all excited about free agency this week, it appears Frank Gore might be headed to the Philadelphia Eagles, for all you Eagles fans out there.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be taking Shady McCoy's place, who they shockingly traded to the Buffalo Bills earlier this past week. Kind of shocked their fan core down to its foundation.
Well, Wyatt Gooden not that far behind fourth place Lewis Van, about a straightaway. He's about a straightaway behind him, this long straightaway here. And so he's 1 minute 5.1 seconds behind the leader. So puts him not that far ahead of the leader, actually.
And Hunter Manley just continues to fall back.
Yeah, it seems like every time he gains a little bit, then he loses it. So.
Yep. What's it back to now, Rudy?
9.1 seconds.
That's about what I was showing too.
And he's been kind of hanging right there for right now. Well, wonder what happened to Rush there, Scuba?
Just disconnected, didn't say anything to me, and
Wow.
I don't know, when I told him there was 80 laps, he I don't think he wanted to watch 80 laps, so.
Well, he was in chat here for a little while, but then he disappeared, so. Not really. I'm not really an Atlanta Falcons fan, no.
The Dirty Birds.
I don't usually watch too awful much. But let's see, that would be Falcons. Let's see, that's football, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Dirty Birds.
Yeah, I don't live that far from Atlanta, but I live in Tennessee, but I usually don't watch too awful much football lately. I just really haven't had the time. Brian Bowles back here, one lap down in fifth spot in the old Dallara. He's doing really good.
I got to be honest with you, Rudy, being an Oakland Raider fan, I wish I hadn't watched a whole lot of football lately, but unfortunately I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's brutal on Sundays.
Is this GP3? No. No, this is just a hosted league race. Wings and Fenders. You can look them up on iRacing. Wings and Fenders League and apply.
They're still, you know, they're just trying to get people to come out to their races right now.
Yeah, they run the old Delara cars and the new DW12s together each and every Sunday evening here that we're here broadcasting, and it's pretty good. I'm all about Green Bay. Ugh.
The Packers. You know what? I have complete respect for the Green Bay Packers. You want to know why? Because they're built around winning. They want to win, and they do what it takes to win, and you have to respect that. It's kind of like the Yankees. For years, I hated the Yankees, and then they grew on me, and over time, you just have to respect them. It's kind of like the Patriots. They force you to respect them, in a way. You don't have to like them, but you got to give them props.
Okay, he said he's talking about the car type, GP3. It's not GP3.
No, this is not GP3.
Grand Prix? Would that be Grand Prix? No.
This would be the American IndyCar Series.
Yeah, but they are running on. Actually, this is a Grand Prix circuit, I believe.
Well, IndyCar goes here every year too. This is one of the Indy races every year. They've been racing Long Beach for as long as I've been watching IndyCar.
Well, Hunter Manley's on a mission. He's reeled our leader back into 5.5 seconds.
And Rudy, looking at the standings, Wyatt Gooden has lapped just almost the entire field. 5 of the 8 remaining are a lap down.
Yeah. Marcus Yestel hanging with him, though. And he's on pit road. Marcus coming down pit road for, I don't know if that's a scheduled pit stop or not.
Ben Walton having trouble with the hairpin again. Right in front of the leader.
Man.
Leader lucked out there. I don't know how much time it cost him because he had to slow up for that.
Well, it's all good because Hunter Manley, he is actually 6 seconds behind the leader. 6.5 seconds.
He had shaved that down to 5 seconds again.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. Could have been a little bit loose. You could have been dealing with some lap traffic. I don't know. Well, because
can't catch a break.
This is a tech track. That means that it's not completed. It's been like this for a couple of years now. I don't know if they have plans on completing it or not. I heard there were some issues trying to get all the background stuff. There's roller coasters and Ferris wheels and the whole city limits, and I heard there were some issues with it. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever complete it. It's just a $5 track. It's a tech track. But it's a pretty cool track. I mean, they completed the course part, but not the background. All you see is the wire framing there. It really looks weird from the blimp view. Here, I'll show you the blimp view. All you see is the track and nothing else. It's kind of weird. I mean, you can barely see any of the stuff around it. All you see is like little dots hanging in the air and stuff. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever complete this track. I don't know. They said that the background was going to be so complex that it would probably create a lot of lag and stuff in there. Right now, with all that stuff missing, the server actually has absolutely no lag. All you got is the cars on the track, and that's it. When you've got stuff in the background that's moving, and Ferris wheel going around and roller coaster going on a roller coaster and stuff like that, all that stuff does create lag in there, and it does make it a lot more difficult to watch.
And the fact that it's not there, it doesn't affect the racing any.
No, not at all. I kind of like it for a fact, we were talking about it earlier there, Scott, that it kind of gives me, some drivers use landmarks for their braking points. and I'm one of them guys. On road courses, I like to use landmarks. I'm not about reading them signs that, that go by you at 180 mile an hour. It look like zoom, 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 and here you are, you got to hit the brakes. So I'm about the landmarks. I know I watch for that certain landmark, and I know, okay, I've got to start slowing down.
Yeah, here you can't do that. You got to actually look for the track signs.
Yeah, and not every turn's got track signs. If you watch, and not every turn. There's a couple of turns that don't.
It's definitely a very technical track, that's for sure. There are some fast spots in the track, but it's definitely a very tough cornering track.
Yeah. Tell you what we'll do, let's ride around here with our leader, Wyatt, and that'll kind of give you a little bit of a feel for what the track's like here.
And just how tight it really is.
Actually, we'll go down to the cockpit view. That way you can kind of get a feel of what it's like for the driver to view. You see unfinished trees and crosswalks, stoplights, everything. Everything is unfinished. But it's actually pretty cool. I mean, you could tell that if they ever finished this track, it would be beautiful.
Yeah, with everything outlined in the background, you can tell what would be there. It would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, but if it's going to create heavy lag, I can almost tell you every driver's going to tell you the same thing. We'd rather not have it so it doesn't create the lag.
Well, I was talking to Dog this morning when I was over there, and we were talking about, I think he said it was one of the Virginia tracks that they've actually, it's the new one they just come out, one of the new ones. Anyhow, they actually have cars going down the streets on the back, on the back side of the track. Okay.
Oh, wow, we got somebody spot out doing donuts right in front of the leader.
Oh, my.
That's Khalif Senior.
Yeah, and he's getting going, and our leader's coming down pit road along with Khalif.
Yeah, he figured he lost all that time. He might as well just pit.
Yep.
Wow. That was close.
Well, that gives a lead up to Hunter Manley. But anyhow, what it's doing is it's creating so much lag in there, it dropping your frame rates. Your frame rates just go right down to hardly anything. I heard stories this morning of like 35 frame rate just because of that. That creates that much of a drop. Now, you can turn a lot of that stuff off, in your settings. You don't have to have everything up to high, but, I usually have everything up to high to kind of give you the feel of what it really, really looks like. I've got the crowd up, everything set to the max. And it kind of gives you the feel of what it really looks like. Of course, this track here, there's really nothing to look at but the track,
That's it. And when the cars get spread out like this, there's really not much to look at as far as racing goes. I'll tell you what, these rotors on the front of these cars are glowing orange in some of these corners.
Oh, yeah, they're hard on them.
Just noticed that.
Well, Wyatt Gooden does come back off a pit road, and he is still on the lead lap, 32 seconds behind Hunter Manley. And if you remember, Hunter was a little squirrely in some of the turns. So I don't know, it may not be too much longer before he'll be coming down pit road, giving up that lead back to Wyatt Gooden.
I can tell you what Ben Walton's going to be doing if he plans on racing this track again. He's going to be working on the hairpin because he was in the tire barrier again that time.
Oh, man. Well,
he has beat that corner to death tonight.
Welcome back there, Cleveland Steamers. I'm taking that you're from Cleveland, Ohio, or are you from Cleveland, Tennessee? Steamers, is that steam tractors, trains? What is it? Steve in here is a steam train fan, I'm telling you, from hell. Aren't you, Steve?
Steam train.
Oh, yeah, man, the level.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful one in the Henry Ford Museum there in Detroit. I've been to see that 2 or 3 times.
Man.
And go to Jim Thorpe here in where I'm from right now in Pennsylvania, and if you catch it at the right time, they have a steam train that'll run you up into the mountains on the switchback there. That's pretty interesting. I haven't caught it yet, but one of these days I will.
Awesome. I'd love to ride on an old steam train.
I never have. I've climbed inside the one in Henry Ford because you can get in it. That's as close as I've ever been to a Steve.
How do you change the track settings? Can you explain that? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Track settings. How do you change the track settings?
Going to options. You can turn off all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah. If you go into your graphics, you can turn a lot of stuff off or down. Turn it on low. Shut the crowd off. Yeah. I could show you on here if you bear with me for just a minute. Go into your options and go to graphics, and there's all your stuff. You see I've got everything set to high. The only thing I got turned down is the crowds. I don't usually have them up to high, but that's how you change your settings. You can turn the crowd up to high or low right here. And then when you're done, just click done. You're done. Okay, back up here. Marcus Yestel back to 4th now as Lewis Van got back by him. Ben Walton in 5th. A couple of laps down to the leader.
Lewis Van's slowly closing in on Ben Walton.
Yeah, it depends a lot on what kind of graphics card you've got and what kind of computer. Oh, and Ben Walton going around. Oh.
Yep, Ben Walton sideways again right in front of Lewis Van, but he gets by all right. Tough night for Ben Walton.
Oh, sure has been, man. And you know what? He is a lot better driver than that. I'm just thinking to myself, I don't mean anything by it, but I'm just maybe wondering maybe if the setup, he just is not to his liking.
Well, honestly, Rudy, I was going to say something about that. The setup, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was hard to drive. I mean, I know Lewis worked on it hard, and I'm not knocking him and his setup or anything like that. It just, for a skilled driver, it might have been a good setup, but for a novice driver, just someone that drives these things every once in a while, it was a very, very difficult setup.
Yeah. Yeah, it all depends on your computer there, Jesse. It depends on what... it just depends a lot on your computer and your graphics card setup that you've got. If you've got a graphics card that has like a 2 gig onboard memory or 4 gig or something, you can probably turn everything up to high detail. But if you've only got maybe a card that's only got 1 gig, you might be kind of strangled back a little bit. Ben Walton going around again.
Yep, I was just about to say, Rudy, not to interrupt you, but once again, Ben Walton is sideways.
He is just really not having a good night here.
He needs to practice gear jamming down and spinning all the way around and just continue going straight.
There you go.
Saving some time on the track.
Richard Khalif Sr. back here in the 8th place in the Bic pen machine.
I gotta step away for just a second, Rudy.
Okay.
Be right back.
8 gig processor. What 8 gig processor? 8 gig processor. I'm not sure I'm tracking. What does that mean, Steve?
You got me. I know of an 8-core processor.
Yeah, 8-core processor. Yeah.
Not 8 gig. They come in hertz.
Yeah, I've got a 4. It's just a quad core is all I have. I don't have an 8-core. What about an 8 gig processor? I don't know what you mean by an 8 gig processor. I'm not tracking what you mean. Are you talking about cores, or you got to be talking about cores when you're talking to processor? Well, if you had an 8-core processor, yes, you could run everything at high. But 8 gigs, I don't know. I don't know what an 8 gig processor is. If you had 8 gigs of onboard memory on your video card, why yes. Yeah, you could definitely run everything at high. But that's a pretty expensive card. Steve just ordered one today with 8 gigs on board. I don't know how much it costs and don't want to know. That's personal information that only is up to Steve.
It was too much.
It was too much. Let's put it that way.
All right, I'm back.
Okay,
Apologize for that.
Yeah, I have an i7 too. Okay, but it's a quad core i7. Yeah, he says he has an Intel Core i7, but is it a quad core? Obviously a quad core. It's not an 8 core.
Yeah, just a quad.
Yeah, it's a quad core processor. That means it has 4 cores.
Rudy, I've been sitting here watching the times every time they come by, and Wyatt Goodwin is slowly reeling in Hunter Manley, and Hunter Manley still has to pit again.
Yeah.
He's actually gained about 7 seconds on him since he made that pit stop.
Wyatt Gooden is our leader.
I apologize. It's showing I'm behind again.
Yeah, I think he passed
How
up.
did that happen?
I think he passed up Manley. I think Manley got a little loose in the turn and spun it. So.
Yeah, I'm back behind on lap 36 for some reason.
Oh, well, Jesse, what video card do you have? That's the question. Video card's going to mean a lot. You can have a good processor, but if you've got a crappy video card, you might be really trying to push it too much, you know. And to upgrade your graphics card, you're probably going to have to upgrade your power supply, depending on how big of a power supply you got.
Okay, now I'm back to live, and yes, Hunter Manley is now about 3 seconds behind, and he's still going to have to pit. So when he pits, he's going to fall extremely far back.
Yep. He's 1.6 once he gets caught up.
I don't know why it did that. When I stepped away, I was live, and I come back, and I was like 5 or 6 laps behind somehow.
Well, you can try it if you want to, Jesse, and see what happens, but just be careful you don't get that graphics card real hot, you know, and fry your graphics card. You can try it. If it starts getting like real jerky, I would stop it right away, because you could be getting that graphics card really hot. Hey there, Coralton Dragon. Chorlton Dragon. I don't know how you say that. Coralton Dragon, I guess it is. Boy, look at this here. Manley right 1 second, right behind Wyatt now.
Yeah, every time he gets close, though, he bobbles somewhere in one of the corners, and he loses time again.
And Louis Van back on the lead lap.
He's just overdriving the car. I think early on, when Ben got it in the back of him, it just rattled him early, and it just has not been a comfortable race for Hunter Manley.
Yeah.
As we saw later in the run when he got right back into Ben and gave the old, get out of my way move.
Yeah.
And here we go, Rudy. We're going to have a change for the lead right here, coming down into 1. Hunter Manley back to the point at the Long Beach.
Yes, sir. Around the water fountain here, the so-called water fountain. I think that is a water fountain. I'm not sure. It's some kind of a, what do they call them things where you go around them? There's a name.
Roundabout.
Roundabout. There you go.
I was going to say, you got me.
Yep.